Okay, so here we are, midweek, 7th of February. Cheers. It's 8:58 in the morning. I'm just going to riff this morning. A couple things just to share. So, besides music, I have done some film work, and I'm really pleased to see that a young actor that I worked with on the movie April Showers is doing some really exciting work. Brian McClure is the name. Brian McClure, and he's in this film. I haven't wanted to see a film in a while, but this Ava DuVernay's movie called Origin. I bet some of you folks have heard about this. He is one of the principals in the movie. It looks very interesting. Yeah. And so on Facebook, if you follow me, I looked in some of my archives. I thought to myself, I don't even know if I have a picture of me and Brian from when we worked together, and I found one. So I posted that for my Facebook picture today. And I'm just saying congrats to Brian for following through, because he really impressed me on the excuse me. When we shot the film April Showers, it was about the Columbine shootings. And he had a difficult role in the movie, and a real important scene with Tom Arnold. And it was emotionally tough for Brian, so I, besides being the wardrobe supervisor who has to be on set, most of the time, was asked to be there in the scene, but not out of sight, for emotional support, and bonded with Brian as a result of doing that, So I'm really happy and excited for him that he's done some other things that you've heard of. Brian McClure. I'm excited for him that he's followed his muse and continues to, and that he's having success at it. That's what's nice. So back to the home front here and what's happening here at Casa de Higgins. I have had one taker so far of my offer of free music, and I'm going to wait and see if maybe one more person today takes me up. I said it yesterday. The next few purchases of my music, I will throw in a free CD out of my collection. I showed yesterday a selection of CDs where I'd gotten doubles or extra copies of certain titles when people sent me stuff to review. And so it's like, it's just sitting here, and so let me share it. So buy one of my CDs or REF album, I'll throw in a CD by another artist. And who knows, you might like that better than you like my music. I didn't say anything about the Grammys yet because I didn't watch the Grammys. It's been a long time since I gave up on the Grammys. The Grammys are only minorly about music. The Grammys are about the industry, about the business, about money, not about talent. I mean, no, really, not really. It's about money making. So the thing that I'll say, since I didn't watch, is I'm happy always for folks who are deserving of attention to finally get it. Joni Mitchell, finally performing there, and the fact that she's recovered from almost dying from I guess it was a big stroke. My understanding is that Tracy Chapman was another highlight performance-wise. That's what I have to say, you know. I am... So when I did Higgs Corner, some of you folks, if you watched Higgs Corner, in one of the episodes, the producer of the show, Sally, came up from Atlanta to do some episodes here, and in one of them, she gives me a Taylor Swift album. Do I still have it? No. Would it be a collector's item now? Probably. I think her stuff is, but it's like, it's not for me. I understand her appeal. Thought it was kind of funny that Jay-Z, you know, it's like, Jay-Z, come on, man. It's like your wife, Beyonce, is not in league with Taylor. If for no other reason, because of age, okay? Beyonce, when she was younger, could have been Taylor's competition, but they're not. It's not the same audience. It's not. I don't think. That's what I want to say about the Grammys, and to take it personal. I don't aspire for things like that. Never did. If something like that were to happen, of course I would welcome it, but that's not why I do it. Like, for example, this is a related thought. I've noticed in recent times that, mainly through watching a lot of interviews with different artists, because that's since COVID, that's the thing now. It really blew up during COVID, where artists do podcasts and interviews online for YouTube channels. And I've noticed where it's really settled in. Now, this is my perspective, but I think I got it. It's really settled into the general populace of music that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the way that it inducts and adds people, is so antiquated and so slow that the majority of deserving artists in their lifetime won't make it in. They might eventually, but they'll be dead. So what I've been noticing is more artists are talking about their regional awards. So I don't know if you knew this, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as far as I understand, it's just through my personal experience here in Nebraska, they will not allow states to call their halls of fame Rock and Roll Halls of Fame, claiming copyright. So what I'm saying is that artists are acknowledging, I'm in the Bay Area Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm in the Colorado Music Hall of Fame, etc., etc. I've been seeing that in people sharing their accolades. Well, I like that because that includes me, you know. Nebraska has its own Music Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if they could call it that. I was inducted in 2012. It blew me away. But at the same time, it was like, well, wow, yeah, I get to enjoy this. I get to enjoy it. Because when you're dead, you're gone. So I'd be thinking about that, you know. I'll show a record here, but David Bowie and Prince come to mind right away. It's like millions are still being made off their dead bodies, off their dead carcasses. They're gone, so they're gone. Their experience of being David Bowie or Prince is over. They're dead. And yet here's the world mainly making money off of them, you know. They're gone, so they don't get to experience that. And that's what I'm saying, is that I'm kind of acknowledging, I've said it before, but it's like, yeah, I'm proud to be in the Nebraska Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm glad it happened before I passed away. I mean, you know, when you're dead, you're dead. You're gone. You're gone. And I love the fact that I'm in there along with Buddy Miles and Randy Meisner of the Eagles, and Preston Love, and other names that don't come to mind right away. I love it. I love it. I felt like sharing it. So get some music from me and get some free new music that you probably wouldn't hear otherwise. It was time to do a deep listen yesterday, and so I pulled this to do that. Burning Blue Soul, 1981, Matt Johnson, The. His first solo album. This is the first rendition of it on 4AD with the old style kind of covers flap over. In many ways, this is his best album, and not. He's gone on and made some really fantastic productions, but this album is visionary for 1981. It's very he's not a good singer, okay, but he's got something to say, and that comes through in his voice, okay. So I forgive his rough voice because there's a lot of there's a lot in it. But it's the way that he sets up the music, and he doesn't use anything unusual on here. There's a lot of harmonica, but because of the way they recorded it, it doesn't always sound like harmonica, and I find it intriguing how he layers guitars, reverb, and percussion to suggest sounds that aren't really there. I think it's a brilliant album, and really enjoyed it last night. The whole thing, real cool. Burning Blue Soul by The. Saw The in concert, not when Johnny Marr of the Smiths was with them. I missed that tour. I saw the tour afterwards, and it was disappointing. The show I saw in Minneapolis was a dud. Sparks never flew, nothing really happened ever. Here's an album. Birgé, Gorgé, French guys. Jean-Jacques Birgé, one of the first French synthesizer players, along with virtual guitarist Francis Gorgé. They had an album called Defense de. I had it, and I don't know why I got rid of it. These are improvisations, early 70s, 1975, I think. And with that in mind, it is not so much ahead of the times, but it's really potent. You know, it's like it's what they're doing is totally original. It's not them trying to pretend to be like Tangerine Dream or something. This is really good. So good that I listen to both sides, and it's easily. Oh, can I? Yeah. Is it here? Oh. I was playing something else. I wanted to show it in contrast. Maybe it's. No, it's not here. I put it away. But this was engaging. I listened to this other thing yesterday. It's on CD. I thought I had put it up on the shelf because it's in an oversized box. But anyway, there was that. More Stereolab. Stereolab's, I love this music. And this is a great album, Dots and Loops. It's hard for me to say what my favorite is because they have favorite songs for me, favorite pieces, and that, to me, it'll be, if a piece is my favorite, that will be it, as opposed to it has to be the whole album. This as a whole is like just seamless. But like Peng, one of their earlier records, the first track on that one is like just like heavenly to me. It's tops. I love it. Excuse me. Gil Mellé, Tome VI, pianist, composer. This is an early foray into blending jazz with electronics. And it's okay. I've had this a long time. And I just said to myself, the last time I listened to this, I want to see if it hits me the same way. It basically does. The music on here is fairly interesting. The way he uses tone generators and envelopes on here is real minimal. And I think he shot himself in the foot, not realizing it, by starting the album with a high sine wave tone. I can just see people like if they were to put this in a record shop back in the 70s or whenever it came out, that people would hear this piercing tone. What's the matter? What's going on? Take that off. Because it just builds and builds, before anything much else happens. It's like that you lost people right away doing that shit. A couple other things got played yesterday. Graffiti, this is a reissue. 1969. 1968. This album is very good. Very sophisticated musicians. This is, they even go, it's not even that they're doing a Zappa, but they're showing their chops with knowledge of music and Ugly Mascara is the track. Well, actually, the way the album starts, it almost starts symphonic. This is really ambitious. That's the word I was looking for. Really good. And is it psychedelic? Yes, it is. Man, this is really good. Graffiti. And this popped out as I was looking for something else. So it's single by the Throbs, Outside. Is this in the end of the 80s this came out? 1992. I believe the lead singer woman is the sister of the drummer of Echo and the Bunnymen. Anyway, I liked this band. Indie pop is what they called it. It's just good songs, and they have a good sound. So when I played it yesterday, it's like, man, this still sounds contemporary. The way it's recorded, really good. Final thing that I have in my mind to speak on is Black History Month. In that, what can be said? Do you all know this album? Syl Johnson, Is It Because I'm Black? The song really nails it. And it's also the best song on the album. I remember when we used to hear this on the black radio station, it was really powerful. Similar to when James Brown put out Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. It's like someone is having the balls to just lay it out on the line about the injustice and how ridiculous racism is. Is it because I'm black? What is that shit? What is that? Don't make no sense at all. That's really what I have to offer today. Okay. I see that the weather seems to be calming down over on the West Coast. But this is the world we live in now. We ignored the warnings about climate change and the things that we could do, and we're still not doing it. And so weather is catastrophic. The new norm is catastrophic weather all the time, somewhere. Okay, folks. Stay in touch. Have a good day.